Good afternoon, this is Derek Dodge with Interstate Roofing conducting a repair attempt at the Vargas residence. It is the 19th of September 2024. We're here at 128 Radford Cir in Marietta, Georgia. We're going to be conducting a repair attempt today. So you can see I have identified the wind damage shingle with the X and the course of the shingle that it belongs to. We can see clearly that this is a wind damage shingle creasing across the top and tar strip has been broken. So what we need to determine today is whether or not this roof is repairable. Looks to be about, it looks new, but when you look at the shingles, at least the way that this reacts, the shingle is cracked. It's not as pliable. So although it looks newer, I think by the end of this, we're going to see that this roof is actually a little bit older. We see that there is no damage to the two courses above. What I have to do for the repair is break these tar strips here, and then in the two courses above, remove the nails, replace it with a like and kind quality shingle, and then refasten that back down to the roof. Like I said, there's no damage in the two courses above. I've got this speed square here so that we can identify a couple things. I don't have my GoPro today, so normally with the GoPro, you can see very easily like that I'm not lifting it, but I always use a speed square to kind of give us a baseline of what 45 degrees is. So as you can see here on the speed square, let me pull that away, that's 45. So this is a 45 degree angle. I'm not gonna be lifting this more than that. So what I'm gonna also do is, because someone's gonna be holding the phone for me, is when I do it, this is an opportunity for you as an adjuster to screenshot this so that you can see the angle of what the shingle is. I'm gonna put that down. I'll pass this to my colleague. Hold that, I got it. So this is 45 degrees. That's how he's gonna be, that's where he's gonna sit. Okay.
Yep.
So that angle right there, that's a 45 degree. So I'm not gonna be lifting the shingles any more than that because it's not necessary to do that. Luckily, this is Allstate, so I don't have to argue with you guys about what tools I'm using. I'm gonna be using a mag hatch to hammer, and I'm going to be using a pry bar to break the tar strips and remove the nails. So now that I've established what I'm going to be doing and how I'm going to be doing it, let's go ahead and do that. So the first thing that you have to do in these repairs is break the tar strips. I don't have to break this one obviously, but I do have to break these two. And the two courses above. Okay, so now that the tar strips have been broken, we remove the nails. You can see very clearly that I'm not lifting the shingles really any more than is necessary. It's not a 45. We don't need to lift these very high even with a mag hatch. Allstate's always been very reasonable when it comes to repairs. You guys don't get to tell me what tools I use. I'm the contractor, but luckily with Allstate, it's been a lot recently. You guys can see when a roof isn't repairable, it's not repairable. These were nailed a lot higher than the shear strip. So when I re-nail, I'm not gonna nail them in the old holes. I'm gonna nail them where they're supposed to be on the shear strips. Let me see your phone so I can take a picture. Gotta take overviews and close-ups. Shingle's been removed. So this is a like and kind quality shingle. This is a 3-tab organic 25-year shingle. Pretty close matching in color. Make sure it lines up with the soapstone. And again, I'm just gonna, that's a 45 degree right there, just so you can see. We don't have to worry about lifting that because it's a brand new shingle, and after this it won't be lifted again. See, I'm not lifting it above a 45. I'm able to hammer it down in, 2 hits. One to set it, because it's a hatch, so you gotta set it, and then maybe 1 or 2 hits to drive it in. I honestly understand why, like Allstate and State Farm, the idea is that, if I'm using a snake, I'm not lifting the shingles, but if a roof's not repairable, it's not repairable. It doesn't matter, because what happens is the matting fractures during the course of the repair, and it doesn't have to do with necessarily the lifting of the shingle. Because with a snake, the idea is nails here, where I'm hitting is here, so I'm not lifting it high, so it's not creasing it, but you're just trading damage here for damage here. So we don't use snakes, and honestly, insurance companies, you guys have just been getting away with telling contractors what tools they can use. I know that you don't have that right. So anyway, I'm not trying to flex on you guys. I'm just trying to explain. So if somebody tries to tell me later that I needed to use a snake, I know that you can't do that. So we won't have to deal with that in the future. Okay. So, it's your phone again so I can take another picture. Overviews and close-ups. So I can see the beginnings of consequential damage that has happened as a result of the repair. I'm going to take the phone and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So we had the baseline. We know what 45 degrees is. We know that I didn't lift these shingles above that. We can see, you can kind of see the creasing going across the top. Let me pull my little trusty finger hand so you can see the creasing going across the top. So the crease and the granules dislodging is a symptom or a sign that the matting is fractured. So let's look at this. This is a brand new shingle. We did not lift these. So let's lift this. You can see how pliable it is. This is well over a 90-degree angle. I'll wipe my hands across. We don't see any granule loss. The matting is not fractured. It's super pliable. So this is a perfect time to repair to see whether or not it's repairable because it's hot. So these are pliable. We'll lift this up. We don't see any granule loss whatsoever. The shingles are totally pliable. But with these, because they're a little older, well, a lot older, their age and condition, the fiberglass matting becomes brittle and it's more prone to cracking. And I didn't lift this more than a 45-degree angle, but we can see clearly across the top. Look at all the granules dislodged. Now, they come out because I'm wiping my hand across the top, but they are dislodged, so they're, next time the wind blows, those will happen. So you can see the clear creasing now. Put my whole shadow in there so you can see it more. So we've got a clear crease across here. That's a fail. You go over this one. I check the pliability of the shingle first to see. We wipe our hands across. We see the creasing forming. Right here as well, we can see the crease. I don't even have to really lift it. As I lift it, you can see the crease. Wipe my hands across it. Got another crease there. This shingle, this looks good. I don't see any creasing. Wipe my hands across it. That's good. This one, I feel less tension. This feels like a sticky note. Wipe my hand across the top, and look at that. We've got the clear creasing. This one looks to be fine. Let's see. Well, there's a lot there. There's a lot there. This one looks good. Yeah, there's no fracturing whatsoever. The matting is held up in this one. and this one. So I'm gonna pass that back to you real quick. So in an effort to replace one shingle, we've got creasing here, creasing here, creasing here, here, and this one as well. See the phone? Your phone. Pictures. So the issue with this repair is that the age and condition of the roof will not allow for repairs to be completed. Now, I understand that Allstate insurance doesn't cover age and condition. The issue is that we're not here trying to repair age and condition. We are here trying to repair storm damage that's been acknowledged by the insurance company. So if you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tabs, if we extrapolate that across the 30 or so shingles that were damaged, we're going to be looking at, instead of 30 from the initial inspection, 150 to 200 shingles that are damaged, which is an issue. That's not pre-loss conditions. So the only way to get the Vargases back to pre-loss conditions is a full roof replacement. What I'm going to do for this repair to make sure that we protect them from leaks is I'm going to be putting emergency tarps over the top of this so that there's no possibility for leaks. If you have any questions, we're going to have another repair with a photo report as well, documenting it. But in my professional opinion, this roof is beyond repair and needs replacement. You'll have my contact information and the signature of the email. That will conclude this repair. Thank you so much.